Morning, everybody. This morning I was doing some work on some different projects and stuff that I have going. I was also following up with some emails that came in yesterday from some female clients of mine, and I was reading through them, and then I was like, oh, it is time to put some people on the hot seat here and just, hey, Addison, who you calling a cow? Damn, girl. Not the one running around with, what's that kitty cat costume of yours, otherwise known as other stuff. You just call me a cow. Morning, Pam. Morning, Addison. I was actually looking before I go into my getting on my soapbox, I was just in the closet because I put the title of Conscious Coffee on here, and I was like, ooh, the masks that we women wear, and I was thinking about it and everything because I'm working on this women's stuff, but I was like, oh, I have a box of actual masks someplace. And so I just was digging in the closet trying to find all the masks, and I can't find them for the life of me. I think they must be up in my attic, out in my garage or something. I don't know. Anyways, it wasn't worth me going and digging out the ladder and climbing up in the attic and trying to find this box of 30 masks. But I do know that I have someplace for photo shoots and Halloween and parties and all that good stuff. And I have some really cool masks too. I used to have a mask thing going on. I remember years ago I was collecting a whole bunch of masks. Anyway, I couldn't find them, and then the cow costume popped into my mind, and I was like, it's kind of cold outside anyway, I'll just go ahead and throw the cow costume on. It's sort of kind of, it's about not revealing our truth, right? And that's what the topic is, the masks that us women wear and why we wear these masks. And I thought, yeah, well, it's a cow, and it's cozy, and it's warm, and it's cold out here, so here we go. Anyway, that's how I got the cow costume on. I love my cow. And yeah. You should see me walk into the kids' school in this cow costume. It's kind of hilarious. I embarrass my kids all the time when I do get into onesie time of the year and I'm running around. I don't even think about it. I leave the house and I've got some onesie on, and I'm going to the grocery store, and I remember I did a circumcision video a couple of years ago in this cow costume, and I had this very serious 17-18 minute circumcision training that I did that went pretty viral on Facebook and YouTube and everything. And there I sit in this cow costume talking about circumcision and and the implications of it and all this kind of stuff. So it was just that's interesting. If you go and you search through my videos and you go circumcision in my videos here on Facebook or even on YouTube, you're going to find it. And sure enough, here I am sitting in a cow costume. Just goes to show you that it doesn't matter what you have on. No, I do kind of feel like a cow in this cow costume because I think it makes me feel I don't know, it squishes my boobs in one way because I'm sitting on my tail. Yeah, anyway, so I'm sitting on my tail, squishing, it's pulling on my shoulders because I'm sitting on my tail. I don't know how do cows do it, right? No. So back to the topic. Let's get serious here. I gotta go out to breakfast here in just a moment, so I need to get serious. So the masks that we women wear and why. And I was thinking about this, and I have quite a few female clients right now that are struggling with authenticity. Go figure. They're out there, they're in their single lives, and they're struggling with authenticity. They want to call in their soulmate. Or I have other female clients that are in relationships and they're struggling with authenticity too. They're doing things behind their partner's backs. They're desiring things. They don't know how to speak their desires. They don't know how to ask for what they want. And all they know is that they don't feel safe with the relationship that they have, or they don't feel safe in relationship with men in general. So what they do is they put a mask on, right? They put a mask on. They put this different role on, and they reveal this aspect of themselves. And what does that do? That provides us a relationship that's not based in truth. We're not being who we are, and it does not enable our potential partner or partner to be who they are either, because we're not standing out in who we authentically are. Truth is the foundation, and what we're talking about in truth means authentically showing up in the relationship. So not hiding how you feel about something, not, changing it, going, oh, well, what do you want? I'll do that because I'm scared of the answer that I might get if I answer my honest truth here. So whatever's good with you is good with me. I'm not going to actually give you my idea. And what that really does is it eliminates the ability to have a friendship in our relationships. And I can tell you that across the board, the best intimate relationships that we women will ever experience are based in friendship. If we're friends with the person that we are being intimate with, then we have a heck of a lot better chance of having a long, stable relationship, of having compassion, of having empathy, of having true intimacy, right? Which is emotional, physical, mental intimacy. We're going to be able to feel safer and more secure in that relationship. We're going to be able to surrender and be more vulnerable in the relationship. We're going to be able to have better communication in the relationship, because a basis of friendship allows us to be more true to who we are, okay? Versus, I don't know if I should do this or if I should do that because I'm really hesitant of what the response is going to be because of why. We don't want to be abandoned. And one of the biggest things that I see a lot of women, and I know that even myself have experienced in the past and stuff, is this desire to be, strong in self, independent, not needing of a man. And as we move and we progress through our lives, I know a lot of women do get to that point of like, I don't need a man. I don't need a man because men just hurt me. Men just want to use me. There's nothing in it for me. If he's not going to take care of me in this way or this way or this way, then why the fuck do I even want him in my life? It's just a hassle. It's just going to end up being this or that. I'm just going to get used, abused, and hurt. So why bother? Yet, underneath that pain, which is coming out as, I'm strong, I got this, I'm my own fucking woman, I got, I don't need this, I don't need that, sure hell don't need you to tell me what to do or to try to do any of that stuff, is this ultimate desire to be held. And I'm not talking just about the physical holding here. I'm talking about having a home, having a safe place. There's a deep connection, a deep level of intimacy, a deeper level of friendship than what we even get from our traditional friends and stuff. But to have this deep level of understanding and connection with somebody that we can completely open up in trust and in love and know that we are being held, that they're not going to ridicule us, they're not going to abandon us, they're not going to abuse us, they're not going to use us in different ways in those weak spaces, because we all have weak spaces. Life happens, we end up having different things happen in our life times, and we need support in those times. So we are all looking for that our person of that nature that can hold that space for us. And we do get it in our sisterhoods. We do get it in our friendships. We might have it with our mothers or our sisters or, our best female friends. We may even have fellow, we might have other male friends that we really have friend zoned and we feel very safe around them and they provide a safe masculine. And we go, why can't I have that in my intimate relationship? It's because that's based in friendship. It's because we're showing up truthfully. It's because we're allowing them to show up truthfully. It's because we're having authentic communication. It's because we are doing all these things that when we hit that level of intimacy, all of a sudden we put up emotional blockages. We stop ourselves from going there. We harden our hearts. We eliminate the space that we are so craving to be held in. We block because we have been hurt, because we are scared, because we are scared of abandonment. And what we are scared of in abandonment is the emotional abandonment, the actual physical abandonment, and of course, financial abandonment if we are in that situation of actually living with somebody and where our finances are intertwined, or where we are maybe a stay-at-home mother, or somebody, a woman that is not working, that has just dedicated her life to house and home and not ventured out and found something outside of that. So we get scared of that, or maybe we just are, like in that crumbling time of life, because we all can be damsels in distress, okay? Whether we want to or not, even men can go into the damsel in distress role, okay? And that is that space where we've just kind of been broken. We've had some shit happen and we need some pick me up. We need some support. So if we're in that spot, then we might go, oh, well, I'm only going to reveal this aspect of myself because I don't want to potentially have any abandonment happen here. So I'm going to be perfect. I'm just going to be perfect. You're just going to see this version of me. I'm just going to put this forward because I don't want to risk you getting upset with me, you not really truly liking me, you not really loving this aspect of me, you thinking that I'm crazy, I'm too weak, I'm too vulnerable, I'm too emotional, I'm too this, too that, or maybe I'm too much for you to handle. So I'm going to just really pack in a good barrier here and not let you see me, and not really let you see me. But what does that do? That creates an illusion of who we are. That creates an illusion of who that other person is too, because anytime we don't stand up in our truth, we're also not letting the other person stand up in their truth. We have created a wall between us, a veil that just we can see the other through there, but we don't actually have any clarity as to who that person really is. And us women, we're great at doing this. We've been great at doing it forever. And it is because a lot of the times we don't want to sacrifice, we don't want to sacrifice that abandonment. The fear of that abandonment is what comes in. And a lot of it through the course of time has been wrapped around money. Money, 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 money. I hear men over and over again say, I just want to date a woman. I just want to be with a woman that isn't with me for my paycheck, that isn't with me because I'm a business owner, that isn't with me because of how much money I have in savings or in my IRA or my mutual funds or any of that. I just want to be with a woman that's with me for me. And then they think that they find one, and because she's just so perfect, she's so sweet, she's so nice, she's so compassionate, she's so supportive, she's so giving, she's so this, she's so that, and oh my goodness, she's so religious, she wouldn't do that, no, not her, no, she's too spiritual for to not be standing in her truth, to not speaking her truth, to not be connecting in authenticity. She wouldn't do that. And I'm calling bullshit, absolute bullshit, because every relationship, new relationship, especially for the first 6 months, definitely you don't know who the fuck that other person is. And after about 18 months, you start to actually see who that other person is. And about at 3 years, now you meet the other person. We got all these people that I hear, and it's truly, this actually all came up because of an email that I received. But I had this email come in saying, well, I just want a man so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. I want to meet my soulmate, must be my soulmate, must fit this critique, must be everything that I want, looks wise, personality wise, characteristics wise, and of course, financial stature wise. I must have that. And this is going to be my soulmate. These are the things that guarantee me my soulmate, that one true man. And you know what? He's not going to want sex from me more than once a week. And he's going to let me do whatever the hell I want, whenever I want. And I can, and you know what? He's going to give me the emotional support that I want and the physical support that I want, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not going to have any of this struggle anymore. I'm sick and tired. I'm just tired. I'm so tired. And this is what this woman was telling me. She's like, Kendall, I'm just so tired. I'm just exhausted. I'm just so exhausted from the strain of having to do it all myself. I'm a single mom. I've got the house bills. I've got the kids. I'm running here. I'm running there. I'm doing this. I don't have time for myself. I'm not making enough money. My ex isn't supporting me hardly at all. There's just not enough of me to go around. She's got 3 kids. Yeah. All this kind of stuff. And she's just like, I just want my knight in shining armor, my soulmate, to come in, rescue me, save me, so that I don't have to worry about this anymore, so I can just put it all down. I want that man. I want that man. I'm willing to do anything for it. And what that means is she's willing to not be herself. She's willing to put herself on the back burner for as long as she possibly can to get that space of just being able to breathe financially, being able to breathe time-wise, having somebody else help carry the load of parenting, the load of life. She's willing to put herself on that back burner and not speak her truth about her desires, her wants, her likes, her dislikes, her boundaries, her anything. Like, this is prime opportunity for somebody to come in and go, oh, look, I can control you. I can control you. You're weak right there, and you're needing a knight in shining armor. And because you're not actually going to see me, and you're in this desperate situation, and you've been there for how many years? Oh, you've been there for this many years? Oh, you're really hungry. You were so wanting this that now I can present this perfect man to you. And if played right, I can go, hey, I want to put a ring on that. You're amazing. I never felt this way about you, anybody before. You are the most amazing woman I've ever met. We get along so great. This magical experience. It's just a little, I want to support you. I want to show you my love. I want you to just be pampered and be the queen that you really are. Let me make you the queen that you really are. Let me put a ring on it. Let's move in. Let's get committed. Let's do this. Let's do that, And what? It's 2 months. It's 3 months in. Guys, if you're any men that are listening to this, you guys jump into the ball game a little bit too quick, okay? You go deep diving into the pool a little bit too quick. I hear guys all the time going, oh, well, we were dating for 2 months. We were dating for 3 months. I knew her for 4 months. Of course it sounded reasonable to get married. Of course it sounded reasonable to move in. That's logical. I really knew her. We went out on 3 dates a week. I met her kids. I saw her house. We took a trip together. So I must really know her. Bullshit. No, you don't. And she doesn't know you either, because you're presenting Mr. Perfect. You are also presenting this image, this face, this facade, this personality. And so we have 2 pieces of these people coming together and dancing and going, ooh, this is amazing. And then what? And then, they get married, they move in, they connect to all the ties, they do all this different stuff. And then, time goes on and a year goes by, and now they're like, well, I don't know. Like, I didn't know that he did that or that he had that. I don't know. I feel a little bit more on edge. And anytime, I feel completely disconnected here. And he's going, she's just not giving me the sex that I want anymore. That's where guys go. It's true. Guys always go, man, the sex was great the first 16 to 18 months. And then what happened to it? She just took it away. And I'm like, yeah, well, you got the real deal coming now. Now you're actually meeting her actual sex drive. She's no longer selling you. She is now going, I got you. And now here's a little bit more of me. Here's a little bit more of my real personality. Here's actually this stuff that I have going on. Here's this stuff that I have going on. Maybe I'm really OCD about this. Maybe I really am insecure right here. Maybe I really am judgmental right here. Maybe I have jealousy issues right here that you didn't see before. Maybe I have insecurities right here that you didn't see before. Maybe I have a drinking problem, a drug problem that I was masking. Maybe I actually was just, saying that I like this, but I actually really don't. Anybody who's been in a long-term relationship can say probably that somewhere in that relationship they had a conversation with their partner, and their partner said to them, oh, I was just doing that for you. I was just doing that for you. And you find yourself going, what? Why would you just do that for me? Like, Why would you do that? Like, the only reason I was asking about it was because you said, yeah, that was fun. That was cool. And when I said, do you want to do it again? You were like, yeah. And then what? Bitterness, resentment. Why didn't he read my mind? Why didn't he read my body? Why didn't he understand me? Why didn't she speak up? Why didn't she tell me how she felt? Why? And they actually don't get along. They find out that they are two strangers, and they've been living together. They've been living, doing life together, adulting together for how many years? How long? And then they find out that this thing called their intimate relationship, called, oh, this is the person that knows the most about me, is all a farce. It's all a farce. It's not actually true. And you know what it is? They might say, oh, she is my best friend. Really? Are they? Are they really your best friend? Or is that because you go, hey, honey, can you pick up toilet paper on your way home? This bill is due in 3 days. The kids need that. Did you take the trash out? That doesn't make a best friend. That's not a best friend. How deep do you actually go in your relationship? How truthful are you in your relationship? How safe do you feel in your relationship? Those are the key factors of friendship. Those are foundational things. Does that person actually support you emotionally, mentally? Do they really truly know your likes, dislikes, your boundaries, your non-negotiables? Can you speak those things without going, please don't take this the wrong way. Please don't pull away from me in any one of these ways. Why are you doing the relationships that you're doing? Why do you do relationship? What is it that you're really wanting from relationship? Ask yourself that. Yeah. I could go a million and one ways on this. I really, really could, because it's like one of those topics. And being ultimately a relationship coach, is everything is relationship. It's our relationship to money, it's our relationship to our health, it's our relationship to life in general, our relationship to God, our relationship to our orgasm, our sex, and of course our relationship to other human beings and our relationship to self. Everything is about relationship. So when we come into this land of not being authentic, the inauthenticity of relating, when we don't show up authentically in any relationship, it is a humongous spotlight on the reality that we're not showing up authentically anywhere. Because you cannot not be inauthentic here and not have that trickle out in other areas of your life. So our intimate relationships are definitely the schoolroom, the classroom of life in general, and the reviewing of the things that we meet and how we deal with in that classroom of our intimate relationship is exactly where we need to do that deeper work. Hey, April, I don't think I'll ever get that from my relationship. Authenticity? Then question your relationship. Ask how you can go deeper. Ask how you can show up more authentically. It's not an overnight process. I do not recommend just going, all right, we're going to get 100% authentic right this very second. Let's just blow the top off of this. I would not recommend that. But I do recommend, oh my God, this is my first cup of coffee in like 4 days. Feels like 4 days. I think it's only been 3 days. I gave up coffee just for overall health, and this morning I had tea this morning, and I was like, no, you know what, it is cold, and I've been a good girl the last couple days. I'm going to just give myself that 1 cup of coffee. I'm trying to wean myself. Trying. No, but what I would recommend to anybody who feels that they are never going to get authenticity in their relationship, support, that feeling of safety so that they can really be held and stuff, is not to blow the roof off and say, okay, we're going to get really, really serious here and I'm just going to let you have it all. No, because that is going to cause a lot of chaos, a lot of disturbance, potentially trauma to both parties, and most certainly to the relationship. But what I do recommend is that you look at where's one space that you could start speaking your truth a little bit more. And it can be a small little thing. Always start with the small things, build up the success on the small, and work up to those bigger ticket items. So just lean in and go, where am I really holding myself back in a small little area that's actually an irritation? And just test drive that, and see how you can go about it. There are different ways that you can learn to communicate towards, so that you can have the most compassion in a difficult conversation of relating versus just throwing it out there and throwing somebody into defense mode, which is how a lot of our communication happens. So anytime we're pointing outward, this is I'm blaming you. So if we release that blame and we go and we flip it to the things that you're just, put the blame back to self and to communicate from, this is what I have not been telling you. I haven't said this for this reason, because I'm scared of this. I'm scared of how you're going to receive it. I'm scared of how you're going to take it. I'm scared that you're going to retract your love from me. I'm scared of a confrontation. If you start it like that, this is something I really need to talk to you about. But this is why I haven't said anything. Okay, so instantaneously, if the other person gives a shit about you, what should happen is that they should go, whoa, 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 I don't want you scared of me. I don't want you to feel like you can't come to me and talk to me. I don't want you to feel like you can't be you. I mean, when somebody actually cares about us, that is the reaction. So instantaneously, they go into the mode of, I don't want to present that image. So they're going to hold off their need to attack when you speak what you're speaking. Okay. And what that does is that builds in compassion, because they're going to say, oh, well, I felt that way before too. Okay. So next up, to build a little bit more compassion, is then you move into, okay, so there's something I really need to talk to you about. Here's why I haven't said anything to you about it. And what I need to tell you is that I've been feeling, now we get sensation, body sensation. I've been feeling a lot of tension in my chest, a lot of tension in my gut, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of stress in life right now, because I have not been able to speak to you about this. And what I've been needing to tell you, so you see, we build in the body sensation. Everybody, the number one language across the board, no matter what language you speak, no matter what sex you are, is physical sensation. We all get a headache. We all get a stomach ache. We all understand what anxiety is. We all understand what tension in the neck is. We all understand what, feeling like our chest is going to blow out, or like an elephant sitting on our chest. We get that feeling. We can understand that. Now, when we speak from, I emotionally feel this or that. Now, this is man speaking to woman, woman speaking to man. We're talking about two different worlds. We're not going to be able to relate as easily as when we come from the physical side of things. So speak the physical sensation next, and then share whatever it is that you need to share. Okay, so it's just that's a very simple process to move through, to build compassion, to have cleaner communication, and to actually have empathy there, so that we can relate and get our truth out with the least amount of resistance and arguing. Which is, and then you have to ask yourself when you do have an argument, because you don't want to completely run away from arguing. There's a reason to argue. It's just, are you arguing for the sake of being right? For the sake of just hurting another? Is it an argument based in ego? Or are you arguing to solve a problem? Are you arguing for a solution? And that means that you have to be able to actually communicate and get the truth out there. So, and there's 1,000,001 other things, which is why I do coaching, right? That's why I do coaching. So on that note, if I said anything here that touched you, that made you go, okay, that's cool. What other tips, tricks do you have up your sleeves? Your cow sleeves, moo moo, to, help with relationship. I'm always goofy, aren't I? And at least I'm not asking to pull my udders. See, I got udders in this thing too. Check this out. No, if I said anything that's helped touch you in any possible way, made you think of somebody that might need to hear this, please hit the share button. If you would like a little bit deeper version of this, some more one-on-one to really work you through your relationship challenges, your authenticity issues, to be able to stand strong in who you really are and call in that dynamic relationship. Because even if you're not in a relationship right now, you need to be able to have the communication skills down and the understanding of how what really is going on is that if you are not a complete person, realize that you're not going to attract a complete person in. You are always going to attract somebody that is going to meet you at that wound level. Okay, we connect at that wound level. So where we have our weakness, our unhealth, that is where we're meeting the other person. Okay, so that's why we get the people that we get. And if we do the inner work and we become fulfilled and satisfied and a whole person in ourselves, then our odds of attracting in a whole person into our life increase immensely, because a whole person is attracted to a whole person. Okay? And that healthy person is attracted to a healthy person. And a person that is needing to do the work and needing to heal and needing to grow and expand themselves is going to attract a person that is needing to do the work, needing to heal, needing to grow and expand themselves. A person that is shut down to love and resistant to it, that is holding up this barrier that we were talking about, that emotional barrier, that resistance, that fear of actually being vulnerable, of actually speaking their truth, is going to attract a person that also cannot handle that level of intimacy, cannot handle that depth, will not go there. That's why we call in the people that we call in into our lives. It's always there. The people that we call in are always there to help us expand ourselves and to learn and to grow, to put a spotlight on exactly what we need to learn. So, okay, in the link section, you will see a link to connect with me on one-on-one training and all that good stuff. If you are local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I am doing the level 1 training certification for the quantum tantric quantum touch stuff that I'm doing, which is all integration. It's kind of like my magic show, where I get to help people learn about the energy that moves through our bodies and how to touch someone energetically and get beautiful orgasmic results, even possible, without ever touching them. You can watch the link, the video of that on my website at www.kendalwilliams.com. Underneath the Work with Kendal tab, you'll see a little section pop up, and it is the very first link there. It's called Integration Work on that. So make sure that you go and check out the little bit of magic show there. If you would like to learn how to do that, get your level 1 certification in the small group experience, and of course are local to Dallas-Fort Worth, or can get your butt here on December 10th for this intensive training, please do sign up. This class is already about a third of the way full, and I just announced it a couple days ago. So I hope to see some of you on there, and please do not hesitate to reach out to me for your questions, your comments. Make sure to leave them in the comment section or message me privately. I love to hear everything that you have. And as always, stop existing, start living. I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next Conscious Coffee.